Good morning, students. In previous class, we have discussed different types of venations in leaves. In leaves, mainly two types of venations are present. They are known as reticulate venation and parallel venation. First of all, we know the what is veins. The lines on the leaf surface are called veins. The long veins that are present in the middle of the leaf lamina are called midrib. The branches arising from the midrib are called veins, and even finer divisions are called veinlets. The arrangement of veins in the lamina is called venation. Venation act as a skeleton of the leaf, and venation gives it a shape and support. Shape and support. Okay, in leaves, mainly two types of venations are present. They are reticulate venation and second one is parallel venation. Okay, in reticulate venation, all the veins having web-like structure. Okay, reticulate venation is observed in dicot plants. In dicot plants, taproot system and reticulate venation is present. The second type of venation is parallel venation. Parallel venation is commonly observed in monocot plants. In monocot plants, parallel venation and fibrous root system is present. Okay, children? And one of the important activity is observation of stomata. In this activity, children, first of all, we take a freshly leaf and peel the outer layer of the leaf and place the leaf peel on a slide. Put a drop of water on leaf peel and it can be observed under the microscope. In the microscope, we observe that some bean-shaped parts. The bean-shaped parts that we see in the leaf act like our nose. So, these bean-shaped parts of the leaf are called stomata. Okay, children? Stomatas are useful in the exchange of gases. What is the importance of stomata? Stomatas are useful in the exchange of gases. Children, now we are discussing another important activity, observation of transpiration in plants. Observation of transpiration in plants. Do you know, children? In plants, excess water is removed in the form of water vapor. So, this process is known as transpiration. Choose, children. In plants, excess water is removed in the form of water vapor. Water vapor through through stomata and lenticels. So this process is called transpiration. Transpiration. Okay, children. In plants, excess water is removed in the form of water vapor through stomata and lenticels. So, the removal of excess water in the form of water vapor is called transpiration. We can observe transpiration in plants. We can observe transpiration in plants. We can conduct one important activity. First of all, children, we select a well-watered plant that is growing in the sun. Okay, first of all, we select a well-watered plant. Well-watered plant. This is watered plant. These are leaves. This is a well-watered plant. Well-watered plant. This plant has been growing in the sun. Okay, children. Now, we enclose a leafy branch. This is a leafy branch. We enclose a leafy branch with a polythene bag. We enclose a leafy branch of the plant in a polythene bag and tie its mouth and tie the mouth of the polythene bag. Okay, children. Now we take another empty polythene bag. This is another empty polythene bag. Both the polythene bags are same in size. This one and this one. These two are same in size. And tie its mouth without keeping any plant. Okay. Now keep the both polythene bags in the sun. Now we can put these potted plant and this empty polythene bag. Keep the polythene bags in the sun. After few hours, we can observe the inner surfaces of the both polythene bags. Children, after few hours, we can observe the inner surfaces of the both polythene bags. Okay. What do you observe? In first polythene bag, in the inner surface of the polythene bag, there is some water droplets. In the second polythene bag, there is no water droplets. Okay, children. So we can conclude that plants release excess water in their body through stomata and some other parts as well. So this process of releasing water in the form of water vapor by leaves is called transpiration. What is the meaning of transpiration? In plants, excess water is removed in the form of water vapor through stomata and lenticels. So this process is known as transpiration. These water vapor condenses and are seen as droplets in the inner side of the polythene bag. Okay, children. Okay. So polythene bag. What is the another function of leaf? The another function of the leaf is the preparation of food. Preparation of food. Preparation of food in the plant by the process of photosynthesis. This is another function of the leaf. Okay, children. Plants release excess water in their body through stomata and lent cells. Okay, so this process, the releasing water in the form of water vapor by leaves, is called transpiration. These water vapor condenses and are seen as water droplets in the polythene bag. Okay, this is the one of the function of the polythene leaves. The another function of the leaf is preparation of food in the plants. So this process is known as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the second function of the plant. So functions of leaf. Functions of leaves. What are the functions of leaves? First function is leaves play an important role in the life of plants. Leaves are the main important parts of the plant. Okay, what is the function? Leaves help in respiration. Leaves help in respiration, and leaves carry out transpiration, and leaves also prepare food. Leaves prepare food by the process of photosynthesis. These are the functions of the leaf. What are the functions of the leaf? Leaves are the main important parts of the plants. Leaves help in respiration. Leaves carry out transpiration. Leaves prepare food by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, what is meant by transpiration? In plants, excess water is removed in the form of water vapor through stomata and lent cells. So this process is called transpiration. Okay. Transpiration is the one of the most important process in leaves. Okay, children.